Studio 266 presents Do-It-Yourself Crafting, and here with today's craft and tutorial is your host, Holly Hooten.
Hi, I'm Holly, and welcome to DIY, or Do-It-Yourself Crafting, where we try to encourage handmade creativity to kind of take a break from all the digital lives that can kind of consume us. So today I'm going to be showing you how to make this one-of-a-kind 3-piece bracelet. And as you can see here, it's very unique. It was actually inspired by this bracelet I have over here, which is designer and $40, which I don't know about you, but that's a lot for a broke college student. So today I'm going to show you how to make that. It's kind of an upgraded version of, like a grown-up version of the childhood friendship bracelets we all used to make. So what you're going to need for this is a pair of scissors and some needle nose craft pliers, and if you don't have these, that's fine. You don't have to invest. You can also use a household pair of tweezers. Then you'll also need a piece of wire with a small hook on the end, some kind of hemp rope or cord, just something pretty sturdy that's going to be thicker than the two colors of embroidery thread that you're going to use. And then you'll also need a fine curved chain, and this comes in big giant rolls for like $2. It's great. Alright, and then you're also going to need a pendant, whatever accessory you want to add to this, and a large ring to make it connect to your bracelet, and then 3 small colored beads. You'll need about 9 or 10 of these small rings, preferably in 3 different sizes, and then you'll also need 2 metal beads, 4 of these jewelry clamps, and a clasp. And you can find all of these things in your local craft store. They're pretty easy to find. And so I'm just going to get ready here. And to start off, you're going to take your cord and you're going to measure it a little bit smaller than the wrist you'll be wearing. And if you don't know the size of the wearer, that's fine. I'll show you a way to get around that at the end. And then you're also going to take your embroidery thread, and you want it to be 5 times the length of this cord. And you're going to start off by knotting it at the top, and then from there you're going to continue to knot it down in a very simple single knot, and you're going to keep knotting one right underneath the other. And as you do that, it's eventually going to make this nice spiral all the way down. And I've got one here that's already half completed, and we're going to work through the other half together. So after you've got your spiral all the way down, you are going to take your fine curved chain and one of those clamps, and you're going to attach them together. And this chain, it looks really sturdy, but you don't need to tear up your scissors over this. That's a waste. So what you're going to do is just pinch and twist, and it comes off just like that. So you're going to attach the clamp to your spiral, and the best way to do this is go at a diagonal, one end at a time, and then we're going to do the other end. And get this nice and clamped on, and then you're going to cut off the excess string that's sticking out. Just like that, and if there's a little extra, that's perfectly fine. So now you have your clamp and your fine curved chain on there, and you're going to do the exact same thing to the other side. Then you're going to take your second color, get a nice spiral going, do your clamp and your fine curved chain on both ends just like that, and then you're going to take a longer piece of your chain. I've actually got this multicolored one I've got on clearance a while back, and I've been dying to use it, so that's what I'm going to do. And you're going to line up all these chains here at the end. And we're going to take a quick break.
Hey, sup? So, got a lot of books like that back in my place. Ooh, yeah, that smells nice. So, my van's parked just right over there. If you may.
Sir, it's time for you to go.
For life's awkward moments, get Superhero Express.
And
Download the app
welcome
now.
back. All right, welcome back. So when we last left off, we had all 3 chains that were lined up nice and even, and we're going to take a ring that's actually small enough to fit through that metal bead, and we are going to attach, if I can get it, we're going to attach all 3 of these chains well. This is actually the most tedious part of this, so if you're having a hard time, don't worry, because so am I. I need to look closer at this. Okay. Well, we've almost got one. Just 2 more to go after that. All right, so there's the first one. And then we're going to attach our second and finally our third curb chain onto this. Okay, and then we're going to close that shut just like that. And then you're going to take this hook wire and you're going to stick it right through that ring. And then you're going to take one of your metal beads, just place it over the top and pull this right on through and hope that it doesn't get caught on anything. And then we're going to take a ring that's too big to fit through our metal bead, and we're going to attach that on there. And before you close this ring, you're going to want to go ahead and put your clasp on there, which I've actually already attached to a ring for time's sake. All right, and now we'll close this all shut. All right, and then from there, what's really going to make your bracelet pop are these little beads, and I've already attached 2 of them. You're going to take one of those colored beads and you're going to put it on a ring, and then I like to use it to attach the curb chain to one of the spirals. So I'm going to get my bead and just string it onto one of these rings, and then use it to attach the curb chain to the spiral, just like that. And then you're going to want to close it shut with your pliers or your tweezers. I think this works best with pliers. And then finally you're going to take your accessory that you've already got on a big ring and attach this somewhere in the middle of your bracelet and close it. And now we have a unique bracelet that costs much, much less than $40. And you can find tutorials for this bracelet and many others. We can do an upgraded version of the chevron pattern with a nice chain just sewn right on, or the traditional braid with like an antique locket. This is actually a childhood locket of mine, and clasp that one up. Or we can do a statement piece, pun intended, with a nice square knot chain. And you can find all of these on my blog at a Hooten Riot at wordpress.com. And join us next time for why I'll tell you why Mod Podge is you're going to be your new best friend. And